Good afternoon, folks. Ron Bishop here, Timaru, New Zealand. What a great day it is today. Yes, it's what is the date today? The 20th of October 2013. And as I said before many times, I'm sharing my life story. I'm doing it on video. A lot of people write books about their life. I chose not to do that because I'm a very slow typist. I'm a two-finger man. So I decided to do my life story on video. And every day I come online and I'm talking about my life. And one of the things I do on a Sunday is I talk about Christianity because I'm a Christian. I chose Christianity as my religion. There are many religions and they're all good. But you have to choose one. And I chose Christianity because it works for me. I've tried it and it works. Okay, so I've chose Christianity. Now the other thing that I'm interested in is the power of the mind. For the last 30 or 40 years I've been studying the power of the mind. I'm interested in the brain, how the brain works. And I've read a lot of self-help books, personal self-development books. And I've learned a lot from those books. And of course the best book of the lot is this one here. This one here, the Bible, right? Now this book here, called the Bible, it's full of stories. It's full of stories about people. It's their life stories. Jesus talks about his life story, and he was a stirrer. He's a bit like myself. He stirred up the minds of people, right? And a lot of people there told their stories, and when they told their stories, it upset other people. And sometimes I do that. And I make no apologies for that, because that's the way God is telling me to do it. God is telling me, giving me the words to say when I'm doing my preaching. Okay, and today He's given me Romans 16. Be of the same mind towards one another. Do not set your mind on high things, but associate with the humble. Do not be wise in your own opinion. Right? So there's the Bible telling me off. Be humble. I've been a bit of a skite. And yet the Bible tells me to be humble. The Bible also tells me, be of the same mind to one another. In other words, think the same as other people, or help people with their thinking. How do we put it? Do not be wise on your own opinion, says the Bible. So in other words, don't go out and say, this is the way it is, this is the way it's got to be. Don't be a dictator. Sometimes I'm a bit like that. I say, listen, this is wrong. You shouldn't do it that way. You should do it this way. And because of my opinion, that's only my opinion, I upset other people. Can you hear what I'm saying here? There's another book that I've read many, many times called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, Napoleon Hill wrote this book, and one of the chapters in the book, he talks about gaining power through the mastermind. In other words, the mastermind can be defined as a coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. In other words, two people have got common goals. They want to do something. They want to go in one direction. And it's better to work together in harmony with that person than in opposition. If we look at my town of Timaru, which I've chosen to promote, because I've lived here for half my life, I get upset when I see things are wrong. For example, I've just done some videos criticising some people in Timaru because Timaru is going backwards. There's not the people coming to Timaru that there should be. and we look at the presentation of some of the businesses in Timaru, and when I see them, I get upset. I'm upset when I look at the Hydro Grand and how that building has been sitting there empty for many years, and its owners will never do anything to upgrade it, to keep its maintenance up, to paint the thing. The Grosvenor Hotel is half painted. I criticised that in a video. The Dominion Hotel, which is owned by a real estate firm, it's just not painted, and it looks terrible. There's an old building next to the Theatre Royal in Timaru called Budget Taxis. Budget Taxis haven't been there for years, and it looks scruffy and that should come down or be painted. The council should paint it. And I've been trying to tell people to look after their properties, to give a better presentation of the town. I walked down the main street once in Timaru, and here's a light, a fluorescent light, hanging. It lost its grip on the veranda, the veranda above it, and it was hanging, swinging on the main street, backwards and forwards, because the owner of the building wasn't doing any maintenance, and it just all rotted away, and the whole light fell out and hung down in the street. And that's the way Timaru is, but nobody seems to care, and I get angry when people don't care. Now, but I mustn't get angry. This year I've got to change my attitude. I've decided to change my attitude. I've decided to form a mastermind group. What is a mastermind group? Well, the book Think and Grow Rich says we should get alongside 2 or 3 people and form a mastermind group. So you sit around and you think you've got the common goal of what you want to do, and ideas come to you if there's 2 or 3 more people in a room. You get more ideas. One idea bounces off the other. Rather than what I've been doing for 25 years is trying to force my opinion and force my ideas onto other people on my own. Well, I can't do that any longer. I must do it with other people. In other words, I must get to a mastermind group. I must get a group of people to support me in my ideas. And if you've got some ideas, then you have to get other people to support you with your ideas. Okay? Just a minute. A mastermind group doesn't have to be about business. It doesn't have to be about promoting a town or things like that. It can be anything at all. It's just your goals. Jesus had a mastermind group. He had disciples. He got 12 people in his mastermind group, and because they came together as a group, God sent them ideas, put ideas into their minds. And you have to have a group of people, and the ideas will flow. So even if you've just got a goal, own personal goal, don't try and do it on your own. I do it through Christianity, because many years ago when I became a Christian, I said, listen, I've stuffed it up. I can't run my life anymore. I want God to do it. So I became a Christian. And the Bible says to become a Christian, you've got to say sorry for all the bad things you've done to other people, and ask God to forgive you, and ask God to come into your life, ask Jesus to come into your life and help you with your decision making. And so that's what I've done. And I always go back to God. Whenever things go wrong, I go back and I pray to God. But God's now telling me, listen, Ron, you've been trying to do this on your own. You must get other people. Get somebody else. Get two or three other people. So I have actually written, I think, to 4 people and said, I'd like you to become part of my mastermind group. We all want the one thing in Timaru. We all want to be happy. We want a better life for our families. We all got the same goals and ambitions in life, but there's different ways of doing it, okay? And I want to get together, get a mastermind group together this year and try and see if we can make progress in growing Timaru. Because it's a great place, Timaru. I love the place. And there's some wonderful people live here. Okay? But the trouble is with Timaru, they're all little groups. There's all little groups trying to do it on their own. There's not... Well, I'm contradicting myself here now. That there are groups like, you take the Chamber of Commerce, for instance. The Chamber of Commerce represents all the business owners in Timaru. They're the people in business, right? That's what they are, the Chamber of Commerce. But it's far too big. The organisation is far too big. Those members of the Chamber of Commerce have to get in groups of 2 or 3 and work out their goals, their personal goals, and goals for the district, and work towards that. So if you haven't got a mastermind group, choose somebody. Choose 2 or 3 people. Ask them, would you like to come into my mastermind group? I'm forming a mastermind group to help me with my goals. Would you like some help with your goals? Can we get together as a mastermind group? You understand what I'm saying here? Okay? So what is my message today? Sunday, the Sunday sermon. My message is this. Don't try and run your life on your own. Don't try and do it on your own. First of all, become a Christian. Or get some faith in the power outside of yourself. Don't try and do it all on your own mind and your own strength. Ask God to help you. Ask God to come into your life and to help you with your goals. And secondly, find other people that will help you. A mastermind group. Form a little mastermind group. It can be 4 people, 5 people, 2 people, 3 people, whatever. But just get together and meet regularly, once a week or once a fortnight, whatever you want to do, and set some goals in your mastermind group. And think about how you could achieve those goals. Once you start thinking about a goal, and you have 2 or 3 other people thinking about the same goal, you've got treble more ideas coming into your mind. Okay? So do yourself a favour. Buy that book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Read it. But don't just read it, do the exercises in it. Okay? Do what the book says. I've been reading books, motivational books, for years. And it wasn't until I started doing the exercise in the books that my life started to change. A lot of things that have happened to my life happened because I started doing exercises in the books. My goal now is to travel the world. I'm 72 years of age and I want to travel the world. I want to share some of my experiences of life. I want to motivate other people. I want to uplift and inspire other people because I've got a lot of stories to tell. And some of them I've done it all wrong. And I want to tell people what I did wrong so they won't do it wrong. But I also want to tell people what I've done right, the things that I've done right, and how things changed in my life because I changed my attitude. And you change your attitude when you change your thinking. Okay? So listen, I hope you enjoyed our Sunday service today. I don't go to church anymore. I do the sermon. I do it on video. And I know I've got a lot of people out there that watch my videos. And thank you for subscribing to my videos. Okay? You don't have to agree with everything I say. But keep tuned in. I've got a bit of wisdom. I can share with you. I can help you. And I'm going to do a lot more of personal self-development. Have a look at my website, selfdevelopment.co.nz, and follow some of the things that I say in there. Okay? So keep your pecker up. I'm sorry for all those people who've upset. Don't take it personally. It's all about business, and it's all about having the same goal, wanting the same thing, okay? Wanting a better life for ourselves and our families, okay? That's what it's all about. We all want the same thing, but we do it different ways, okay? So I hope this little sermon's helped you today to sort out your life and see where you're going. So until next Sunday then, thank you for listening.